Joegiesemusic, sweets, gear, sweet gear videos. Thanks for hanging out. So I wanted to do a little video on things that I think are critical must-haves for your studio that isn't, ain't, not gear. These are all videos about sound and gear, but this is stuff that isn't really gear, but that's super important to have around. Not just the studio, but if you work at a music venue or if you just have your own music room or whatever, here's some cool stuff to have around that's not gear. First of all, I'm going to say candy. Super important. Get a cute, adorable candy bowl and save all the crappy candy from Sweetwater that you get with your stuff, like Bit of Honeys and the Fireballs here. Nobody really wants those, but it makes your candy bowl look full. I always eat the Tootsie Rolls and, of course, the Smarties. I mean, come on, that's the best part, right? So that's number one. This comes in handy. I love these. These are little foamy nail files. They're super cheap, so you can keep a stock of brand new ones in case people are weirded out by using a used one. But it's great for guitar players. You get that hangnail that catches under a string or whatever. Super handy to have in place. This is cool. This is a box of tools. I call it a toolbox. And, screwdrivers and stuff are super handy. Decent pair of scissors. But something that I'm noticing a lot more is a lot more gear is coming with Torx head screws. So I never used to keep Torx screwdrivers around, but now I have those. I bought a little set that's got some little jobbies here. So that has come in handy a lot more than it used to. Velcro ties, Allen wrenches, a very teeny tiny short screwdriver because it's cool. So there you go. Toolbox, obviously, kind of goes without saying, but, fun stuff. We got spare parts for microphone stands. They're always breaking, falling apart, or coming, undone, and someone drops a washer or whatever. So having some spare hardware for mic stands really comes in handy. Gaff tape and spike tape. Buy the name brand stuff. Gaff brand, Apollo brand is really good too. Cloth tape, it's great for writing on, it's great for marking stuff up, and it doesn't leave a ton of residue if you take it off within, a couple days or weeks even. Like I've had stuff on for a year or two, and then it starts to get a little funky. Cleans up easily though, but like for weeks you can have gaff tape or spike tape all over stuff, and it doesn't leave any residue, and it's easy to write on if you're making notes or telling someone to stand on this spot or whatever, because it's spike tape, right? So that's cool. Tape measure. I guess this would normally belong in your toolbox, but I keep mine in a different place. This is great for if you're measuring mic distances from things, or if you're trying to do the 3-to-1 rule, or if you want to make sure that your overheads are the same distance from your snare or anything like that. Tape measure really comes in handy. I find that a pencil with a wooden lizard carved into it really, really comes in handy a lot for writing things down. The lizard is key. More candy. Can't really stress that enough. What else we got here? Yes. Paintbrush for dusting off your gear. Get a paintbrush that's brand new that hasn't been used for anything else. It's fantastic for cleaning off stuff like around the little knobbies and all that kind of jazz. This is kind of a no-brainer too, but I find this to be super indispensable. I have a bunch of digital guitar tuners that have a 1/4-inch input and a microphone. Get one that does both, so you can plug in an electric guitar, or hold it up to an acoustic instrument. These are super awesome. This is like a secret weapon thing. This is a Seiko 767. You can buy these for like under $20. And they've just got a really excellent, accurate readout. I use these for guitar setups all the time. It reads off in cents, plus or minus. And it's got a guitar and a bass setting where it kind of hones in and tells you the number of the strings as you're going, but it also has a chromatic setting, which is what comes in handy if you've got a banjo or a mandolin or something else weird. Being able to read the cents, it gives you a number readout for the cents and the little needle. microphone and 1/4-inch jack, and it has a 1/4-inch output, so you can actually put it in line if you want. I haven't noticed it doesn't do any tone sucking or anything like that. It's just wire inside. So that's cool. Get one of those. Get one of these. Look them up on eBay. They're around, and they're like seriously $20, and they're great. These are really awesome. This is a little cable management trick from Amazon. I can post a link below. These are little nylon stretchy strips, but they have zippers on them, so you can run these. You can run a bunch of cables, bundle them together. You can put this around the cable, and then there's a zipper on it, and you just zip it shut, and you've now made an instant little cable tie that neatens things up. So I use these all over my control room to keep it looking nice, but you can even use it temporarily if you've got a bunch of pedals stuff set out and you want to kind of keep things clean. Cable management is huge. Obviously having zip ties and stuff like that is helpful as well. And then lastly, again, it goes without saying, but just expendables are great to have around. So guitar strings, picks, drumsticks, drum heads. Again, it depends on what kind of studio you have, but even as a live venue, having those things are great. Batteries, keep those around because obviously you don't want to end the session or end a gig if somebody breaks or loses and doesn't have a spare. Some people like to sell those to the artists. I just keep them around. I don't work with that many people regularly who need them where I can't afford it. I find it's kind of a nice little bonus to be able to say, hey, here's a pack of strings and it cost me $4 or whatever. I don't buy boutique strings for people. It's good enough, So that's all I got for today. There's some cute little goodies. Don't forget the candy. And really, honestly, I think the most important one is no, it's the candy. It's the candy. Make sure you got plenty of that around. Keeps everybody happy. What more do you want? Water, also important. Candy's number one. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.